Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me in Spike the Bearded Dragon. We are here today in Spike's room, and we're working on a couple of things for a couple of different projects that I'm doing. And remember, I said that I was going to try to keep you all up on everything that we're doing as we're doing it. I really want to do that. And so this is the first step for two different projects, and it's really kind of cool. What it is using 2-liter beverage bottles. You can do this with other bottles as well, but I'm using 2-liter beverage bottles to make planters, okay? For the one project, they're going to be hanging planters, and for the other project, they're going to be inverted and they're going to be put together in a window garden. It's a kind of style that I came up with on my own. I've not seen anyone else do it. And hold on, I have a wood burner sitting where it shouldn't be sitting. Sorry about that. If nothing grows in the window garden, we'll know why. I haven't seen anybody else do that. But these planters, these work really well. And the 2-liter containers are actually really versatile for making your own planters. And the reason I say that is not only because you can grow them upright, on their side, upside down, whatever, but you can cut them and mold them basically into different things that you want, keeping in mind each of the plants that you're going to grow. And let me show you what I mean. This right here is cut. Woo. All right, hold it this way. There we go. I cut the top off of this one. Just totally cut the top off. This is going to be for dill du cut. It's a small heirloom variety of dill. It doesn't grow all that high, and it doesn't need all that room. So what I did, and you can use just heavy-duty scissors. You can use a knife if that works for you to cut through your plastic. The plastic on these 2-liter beverage bottles really isn't that thick. It's easy to cut through. For this one, I actually used a wood-burning tool, and it does create fumes. So you want to be somewhere well-ventilated. You want to maybe have an exhaust fan, or be wearing, hello, sweetheart, or be wearing some sort of protective gear while you cut it, because it will produce the burning plastic fumes. So you're cutting along, and a wood burning tool goes really nicely through this, like butter. And so just cut around it, and as it's cutting, it's melting, which is making the plastic edge that you've cut more rounded and therefore less sharp, and you'll be less likely to cut yourself on them. And then you can see right here, look, I covered it, uncover, cover, uncover. That is a little hole. All I did for that is hold the wood burning tool against the side of the bottle and burn through. You can poke the edge of your scissors through, a sharp knife. You can heat a knife over a burner or a lamp or a candle or whatever and get through the plastic and make holes. I do suggest that for these holes, if you're making a hanging planter, these will be the holes through which you'll put the cord that you're hanging the planter from through them. And I do suggest that you use something that'll kind of melt that, because that'll give it a little bit more strength to hold, so those cords can hold the weight of the dirt, the soil, the plant, and not tear through. Now you might be wondering why I've put all of that tape along the edge. And that's just because I'm going to plant this to right below this hole, grow the dill in it. The green part will be grown up this way. The roots will be down here. Now, when you're planting in your house or in your garden, you're trying to kind of do a second-class imitation of what Mother Nature does. So if you think about your plants, most of them that are growing don't have their roots above the soil. They have them beneath the soil. And beneath the soil, they aren't having sunlight hit them from the sides. So this is just to darken that. You can use spray paint as well, other kinds of tape, whatever you want to do. This is just to block the sun from hitting those roots, because it'll burn your roots. Now, I started this. This is my second time filming this. We had technical difficulties with the first time through. This was take 2. The first one was bad, and I had to redo it. But I made this on camera the last time through. And basically, I just cut it deeper, cut it closer to the top. I cut it right about here, right where it starts to narrow for the bottleneck. I cut it there so that there'd be more room beneath, I'm going to tape this whole thing from top to bottom, and this will give more room for roots for a plant that needs more root room. And I'm going to plant it in that, and again, it's going to be a hanging planter. I'll let it grow out the top. Then you can also do this. This planter here, as you can see, it's got the tape at the bottom, and I have cut big holes in the sides of the bottle, and I've run right beneath the cap. I put 2 holes in there, and I put a cord through there. That'll hold the planter when it's hanging. And the reason I put the holes here is I just pretty much felt that since the plastic's thicker up around where the top of the bottle is, up around the neck and the cap, plastic's thicker there, it'll hold things better, it'll be stronger. So I just drilled the holes up there, cut out these, and as you can see, it still holds just fine. I left enough plastic that it'll hold together with what's in it, and then I'm going to plant things in here that'll then grow out through those holes. Very nice. And you can, as I said, you can tailor it to what you're growing. Maybe you're growing something that is going to vine out, and it doesn't need a lot of space coming right out of the ground because it's just going to be a stem or two there and then a bulk of plant down below. To do that, you can just make little smaller holes up around here, and you can have soil going the whole way to here if you want. Really versatile. Now, these, I'm going to make a whole lot of them, and I'm going to plant them full of lettuces and different greens. I'm going to plant radishes in them, beets in them. I'm going to plant some dill in them, and I'm going to plant nasturtium and some climbing beans that I'm going to allow to vine downward, to just hang downward, hopefully. The light source is going to be pretty much parallel to some of these, so that might encourage the beans to hang rather than climb. And so we're going to try. We're going to see how that works. And we're going to grow a lot of different things in there. So I have a lot of these bottles to make for the hanging plants. I'm also going to do some inverted, and I don't have any examples of it here, but basically I'm going to turn the bottle upside down, and this will be at the bottom. And so this part here will be what's covered with tape, and that's for the window garden. And I'm going to put the bottle top is going to be upside down into the one beneath it, allowing water to pass from one to the other. And I'll show you that when we get to it, when we're doing the window. But that's basically a couple of different things that you can do with these to make planters and grow things, and it's really neat. Now, if you're doing the ones with the holes in the sides as opposed to cutting off the entire top, if you're cutting off the entire top, there's no reason you can't just plant whatever it is you're growing in it directly into the bottle. But with these ones that you've cut holes into the sides of the bottle and have the top like this, what you might want to do is start your plant out in a little starter tray or something and grow it till you have a nice sized little plant, and then put them into your bottle at an angle so that they're already growing out those holes. Otherwise, what might happen is they might grow straight up and be in here trapped, and you don't want that. But again, talking about the versatility of these things, you can use a 2-liter bottle. You can just cut small holes in it for different plants that don't require much soil at all but do need a terrarium. You can cut little holes in them, put your plants down at the bottom in just a little bit of soil like they need. Have very small holes so that you can get the plants in and you can get in there to work with them if you need to, but that'll hold the moisture in there for them so you have your nice humid terrarium that they like. She's sleeping. This little girl, she is so cute. I know, some of you might hate lizards. And, I'm sorry, the last take where I filmed for this, I didn't have her in my hands. I wasn't holding her. But something happened with the sound. There was no sound. I don't know what happened. No sound at all. And so I had to delete it and film again. In the meantime, she wanted held. So I thought, well, I'll just pick her up. She won't get in the way. Well, what she does do is as soon as you hold her, she goes to sleep, and she's snoozing. She's asleep. Isn't that cute? Anyway, so you've seen some different things that you can do with these 2-liter bottles, and that is the first step for two of our projects that we have coming up here that I think you're going to find really fun. Now, I'm going to go and make like tons of these. Oh, by the way, all right, you might be wondering, well, how on do you drink that much soda? No, I really don't. I buy 2 bottles of soda a month. Actually, exactly 2 bottles. One at the beginning of the month, one in the middle. Where I'm getting all these bottles from is my mom's house. She has these 2 big dinners per week for a lot of people, and what they drink at these is uh, fizzy beverages in 2-liter bottles. So with a lot of people, most of them drinking that, they go through them quite a bit, and I just go over and say, "Oh, Mom, can I get into your compost? Or, compost? What? No, your recycling bin. Can I get into your recycling bin?" And yeah, you can ask your friends and family if you can dig through their garbage and take some of it home. They'll think you're crazy, but I doubt they'll be really upset about parting with it. That's how I get all mine. So we're going to make a whole lot of these here, and I hope that you're making a whole lot of them at your house. And if you have some ideas about creative ways to make planters out of these 2-liter bottles, let us know. Drop a line in the comments section. If you have any questions, if there's anything I haven't covered that you think needs to be, drop a question in. Love to hear from you guys. I really do. So you take care, and we'll see you again soon, okay? Bye.